Good morning, everybody. Okay, let's start the practice. So please sit comfortably and try to keep your back straight as much as possible. Take a few deep, long breaths. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. And try to relax your body. If you're having a hard time getting relaxed, take a few more moments. Take a couple of more deep breaths and settle down. The foundation of our practice is the loving kindness. To develop, to build love and compassion within ourselves and towards others. First of all, I want you to imagine someone in your life that you love the most. It could be a one person or few of them that you love the most in your life. Just imagine someone. When you think about this person, I'm sure a lot of memories come to your mind. The picture of the person that probably come to your mind. Probably the things that you talk before, things that you share before, that will come to your mind. Now, instead of the person that you have in your mind now, think about the relationship or the friendship that you have with that person. That feelings that you have. When you think about that person, imagine the feelings and the emotions that you have in your heart and mind. Probably a lot of happiness, the love, the compassion. These are the feelings that you have. Now with the same feelings and same emotions that you have towards your friend, towards the loved one, now with the same emotion, having the same emotions and feelings, put yourself in there. Now think about yourself. Think to yourself, May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. Now carefully observe your mind and see, when you switch from your friend to yourself, have any of your emotions changed? Or did you have the same feelings and emotions that you had towards your friend? Again, switch back to your loved one. Now again think about the person that you love the most. Think about them again. The reason to think about them again, to have the same feelings and emotions that you can feel. Now, without changing those feelings and emotions, try to think about your loved ones. Add one after another and send your love and compassion towards them also. If you want to think about them individually, think about them individually. If you feel like you don't have the same emotions and feelings that you had when you think about your friend, the loved ones, go back to that again and think about them to get that feelings that you had before. Because when you build that love and compassion, those loving and kind feelings in your hearts, in your mind, you should be able to build that love towards everyone. It's like a picture frame. You can keep the frame, but you can switch the pictures. But the frame is the same. If you develop this into further, that you should be able to love even the people that you don't like, even the people that you have disagreements with in your life. Now send your love and compassion towards all your family members. May all they be well. May all they be happy. May all they be peaceful. May all they be well. May all they be happy. May all they be peaceful. Finally, send your loving and kind thoughts towards all living beings. May all living beings be well, be happy, be peaceful. May all living beings be well, be happy, be peaceful. May all living beings be well, be happy, be peaceful. Now your hearts and mind full of love and compassion. With that love and compassion, now slowly you can start focusing on your breathing. Don't force your breath. Let it happen as normal, as usual. Try to pay attention to your in-breath and out-breath. When you pay attention to your in-breath and out-breath, you will start to feel your breath, maybe tip of your nose, could be back of your throat or down in the belly. As it arises with in-breath, it falls away with out-breath. Wherever you feel that sensation, slowly put your concentration onto that place. you will start to feel the sensation of your breath. Because each breath is different, each breath is unique. Give your attention to each and every breath. Inhale and exhale. Once in a while you will realize your mind will be wandered. If you have a mind, it will wander. Your job is not to stop your mind from thoughts. Simply observe your mind, observe your thoughts, and keep your focus on your breathing. This can happen many times during your practice. As many times as it happens. So please gently bring your attention back to your breathing. If you get distracted by a feelings or a sensation or a word, sound, please bring your attention back to focusing on your breath, and allow your breathing to bring you to present moment. again and again. If you get distracted by a thoughts or a feeling or a sensation, please bring your attention back to present moment. Are you in the present moment? Or are you wandering? Please bring your palms together in front of your heart. Make a strong determination to practice this meditation every day, even for a short time. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May all you be well, happy, and peaceful. Okay, let's do the chanting. Start with page 4. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Sanghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi sanghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi sanghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Anicca vata sankhara upadavaya dhammino uppajjitva nirujjanti tesaṃ upasamo sukho. Sabbe sattha avera hontu. Sabbe sattha abhyapajja hontu. Sabbe sattha aniga hontu. Sabbe sattha sukhiyattanaṃ pariharantu. Mano pubbangama dhamma. Mano settha manomaya. Manasace paduttena bāsati vā karoti vā Tatonang dukkha manveti Chakkang vahato padang Mano pubbangama dhamma Mano settha manomaya Manasache pasannena Vasati va karoti va Tatonam sukha manveti Chayava anapayini. Mind is the forerunner of all states. Mind is cheap. Mind made are they. If with one should either speak or act, suffering follows caused by that, as does the wheels follow the ox hoof. Mind is the forerunner of all states. Mind is cheap. Mind made are they. If with the clear and confident mind, one should either speak or act, happiness We believe in generosity towards others. We believe the skillful noble path is marked for generosity. We believe generosity has many levels. Think generously, speak generously, act generously. We believe generosity is the heart of our spiritual practice. We believe extending generosity towards ourselves. May I become at all time, both now and forever, a protector for those without protection, a guide for those who have, a sanctuary for those who are in danger, by means of these memorial deeds, may I never join with unwise, only the wise, until the time I attain Nirvana. Good morning again. Did everybody have a good practice? Good. I have a question today. Why are you meditating? Or why are you come to the meditation? Pardon me? To come and see, okay.
To escape from the bad things in life.
Okay.
Connection to others.
Okay.
Calm my mind.
Calm your mind.
Purify my mind.
Pardon me?
Purify my mind.
Okay.
Find peace.
Find peace. Have you able to find all those things so far? At least a little. Have you? Good. Good. That's encouraging. All right. Yeah. That's it for the day then. Yes.
I was going to say, with everything happening in the last 2 years, meditating helps me to forget about those and have peace. And now I was thinking about the bad things in life. I want to focus on the good things.
Okay, great. So, all good answers. There is not a wrong answer. Most of the time we are talking about when it comes to meditation, living in the present moment. One day, somebody came to Buddha and he asked him, "You have been meditating for so long. What have you gained?" His answer was, what do you think? What did he gain? The enlightenment? He said he didn't gain anything, but he lost a lot of things. The losing things is gaining. It's good that you come to the meditation, come with expectation. The most of the time, what happens is, we all want to get the result, but we don't want to walk in the path. It's like you want to eat an apple pie, but you don't want to bake it. You don't want to put all the ingredients together, but you really want to eat apple pie. But somehow you have to make it and bake it to eat. Most of the time when people come to meditation, they want to find happiness, the peacefulness and all these things. But there are walk that you have to walk, a path that you have to walk. How are we going to do this? But what I think, all the teachings, and from many different ways of not only Buddhist teachings, all the other teachings also, is more point towards our mind. That's where all the problems are. But the very little attention that we have to our mind, and we pay very little attention, give very little attention and time to our mind compared to our body. Because the human mind is the most sophisticated, the machine that is there. Because everything that we made is come from the human mind. Good and bad. Think about the bad things happen in the world. For example, the war that happens. That has to start in somebody's head. It doesn't just appears from somewhere. Because it's bad, every bad things come from the hell, we think. No, somebody has to think about starting the war. And at the same way, someone has to start thinking about the peace. That's how the peace is going to come. It's all in the mind. But we have very little attention to mind, as I mentioned before. For example, if you have some kind of physical issue, we do things differently. For example, let's say if you have a high blood pressure or sugar, you cut down more of the sugary stuff, and then you cut down salt and stuff, and to balance your body. But when it comes to our mind, we don't have the same intention and attention. Because, like when you have we always said the impermanency. Everything is impermanent. But this same philosophy, the impermanency, is stopping us from learning. How? Because when the thought comes to our mind, that it stays for a short time, then it goes away, isn't it? Any emotions that you have, it doesn't stay the long. It stays for a while, it goes away. I don't know if I share this experience. I had a telephone call with my friend. We were talking, and one of my other friends, one lives in Singapore, one lives in Florida. So two of us talking, and the other one called me. So I joined him also. Now we have a group call. One of my friends who lives in Florida, he says something to the one in Singapore, and he got mad. So he hung up the phone. And after he hung up the phone, he sent me a text message saying, why did he say that he was mad? And now the other guy also sending me a text message. I don't know why he hung up. So I'm in the middle. So I sent them both of my emoji, little mark, and I didn't say nothing. So the next day morning, the one who got mad, I called him to make sure that he's okay. This was a while ago. The next day when I called him, he was just fine. He wasn't mad at all. But this wasn't the first time that happened. He called me yesterday. Now he had more time to think about it. Now he is upset that he hung up the phone. And he told me yesterday he misunderstood what he said to him. But then the problem wasn't what he said. The problem was his reaction, not what he said. As I said before, this is not the first time it happened. Why? Once you go to sleep, he forgot everything. He's fine the next day. Now he's totally fine a week after. But trust me, if something like this happen again, he's going to go back to the same place and he's going to make the same mistake again. He's going to react the same way. Why? Because that thoughts and feelings are impermanent. They don't stay long enough. So we just let it go. We don't learn the lesson. For example, I don't know, Bhante, Amita is not here. I should tell this story or not, but you guys, you can ask him when he come back. There is a little restaurant in Crystal Lake. If we go past that restaurant, we always ask him, should we go there? And he will say, give us a look, and he will say, oh no. Because he had a bad reaction when he eat there. So I'm not going to mention the name, they're going to lose their business. But he learned his lesson. Now he's not going to eat from there. Right? That's a physical learning that. But when it comes to a mental, the emotions that we learn, we have the same feelings and emotion, we don't learn from that. That's where the meditation comes. If you can learn from something that happened, the feelings that you have, the emotion that you have, if you can take a little moment to ask yourself the questions, why am I feeling this way? And you should be able to find out the reason behind it. This all have any emotions and the feelings that you have, it's always, there is a method to resolve, to find the solution for this. It's to the same, it's similar to everything. If you have anxiety, the fear, the worrisome, the anger, or the happy feelings. If you have positive feelings also, you can ask these questions, and why am I having these positive thoughts and emotions? And then you can keep that for more and more. But we are so busy, we don't have a time to ask questions. We are so busy. The first thing is we have to acknowledge that you have that. And ask the questions, why am I having this? Nobody can help you we can find the teachings from everywhere, but you are the one who's supposed to find this within yourself. Because unless you find this, you're gonna keep doing the same mistake again and again and again. I had a meditation class the other day at a different place. This gentleman asked me a question. The question was, he has a co-worker that works there. He is wearing the same shoes for 8 years. And the person who's asking me the question, he's the owner of the business. He's having a really hard time because that guy is wearing the same shoes. So I asked, so this is his problem. So what can I do? That was his question. Yes. So I said, did you talk to him? Yes, he said yes. I said, what did you say? What did you tell him? So I talked to him about my shoes, how comfortable they are, how good they are for my back. But I said, did you ask him? Did you ask him if he has some money to buy new shoes? Or maybe outside look really bad, but inside really comfortable for him, right? Don't you have like a piece of old cloth, a t-shirt that you love to wear? It doesn't matter how old they are, right? We all have. So maybe he's comfortable with that. After I answer the problem, now the problem is, there's two problems now. That guy is wearing old shoes. It's not a problem to him. But this guy is wearing his shoes in his head. That's a problem. Right? So you have to let go of that shoes. It's in his head. So this is where the loving kindness comes. The other day I had someone came to ask me a question. Practicing for so long meditation, but she's having a hard time dealing with her friends because she don't want to go into talking gossips and all these things, but they are pulling her into that. So how are we going to deal with these things? That's where the loving kindness comes. That's why at the beginning I teach you a different way today doing the loving kindness. There is a reason for that. Because of this talk, I wanted to tell you. Building the love, like I said in the practice, is like a picture frame. Once you build and feel the love and compassion, it doesn't matter who it is. You can send that love and compassion to everybody without judging. Like I said, it's like a picture frame. Without changing the frame itself, you can put different pictures into it. That's how it has to be. But I feel like we really don't understand the loving kindness yet. If you really feel that, the love and compassion within self, whenever the negative thoughts and emotions comes, just the mindfulness is not enough. Being kindful to yourself. Also want to give you a time to heal yourself. For example, now, if somebody comes and want to talk to you about some gossips or something, now you think to yourself, I can't go this path. I've been practicing for 15 years or 12 years, 30 years. Now what happened? Now somehow you have to deal with your friend. Also now you have to deal with your own brain because you judge yourself saying, I've been practicing for this so long, I can't do this. Now you're judging yourself. If you have a love and compassion towards yourself, you don't judge yourself. You see the situation as it is. Because you love yourself, you don't want to have that guilty feelings and you don't want to judge yourself. That's why if you really, really want to feel this love and compassion towards yourself, that's so important to have this practice. If you don't have that, that's where we are going and put ourselves into that place. So be kind to yourself. So in this way, you only have to deal with one problem. from the outside because inside already fixed. So most of the time we take it personally. Now we have two problems instead of one. Because last time when I went to Sri Lanka, I had a good old friend of mine. We went to study together. Now she's married, have 2 kids, so I went to their new home. So after I left their home, she called me and she said, "Bhante, do you like my house?" I said, "Yeah, I like it." And she said, "Do you think it's too big?" And I said, "I don't know because I only saw the living room." Because I didn't just go to the whole house. And then she said, "You know, my neighbor always tells me my house is too big." And at that time, you know, in Sri Lanka is in a bad place. The economy is just going crazy and everything. And I said, "Okay, what can I do?" she asked me. I said, you have 2 options. I said, one option is to break the house. It's going to be expensive, but to build the way your neighbor likes it. Or just fix your head. This is your house, and nothing matters what everyone else said. So you have 2 options, either fix your house or fix your head. And she understood, and it doesn't bother her anymore. So that's why we have to fix ourselves. And so I had this same talk once before. I want to say the word, I didn't have it, but Anna told me after my talk, and she sent me a picture of saying it's called spiritual hygiene. I thought that was a perfect word, that we are lack of spiritual hygiene. That's why all the troubles that we have. We have a 24 hours a day. We do everything. But if you really think about, most of the troubles we have is in the mind and how we think, how we react, and all these things. But you only give a time to your mind on Saturday morning from 10 to 11. Or the Wednesday night from 7 to 8. And then you are expecting yourself to resolve all the problems and to find the happiness and the balanced life and everything within that 1 hour. It's impossible. That's why I always said coming here and practicing this is just the exercise. But when you go outside to day-to-day life, when you have a situation, try to learn the lesson from every situation that you have. If you're patient enough, we are so into fast pace, we don't have a time to get out of the car and go inside the restaurant. We want to go in a drive-through because we are busy. So we train ourselves, we condition our mind that we think we are so busy. We don't have a time to think. So my request is, each and every time, even though when the thoughts and emotions that makes you struggle, when that happen, take a moment and ask yourself a question to find out why. Why don't I have a peace in my head? Why don't I have a balance in my mind? What does it make this? Because you are your own doctor. This is the best thing about this. You don't have to tell anybody. You don't have to worry about HIPAA and all that. Nobody is going to share because you're the only one who's going to know about all the illness and everything that you have. That's the best thing. You can get all the input from everywhere and be your own doctor. And tell all your problems that you have. Tell yourself, this is why. That's what the meditation gives you, the peace of mind that you can find all these things within ourselves. Because we always, as I said many, many times, because we are conditioned to put fingers to the others for the outside world. Yeah, we could have done this so much easier, come a little earlier if there was any snow today, right? That's not our fault, but we could have leave a little early. So take the response. If you want to be happy, if you want to be content, if you want to have a balance, take the responsibility to yourself and work on it. If you don't work on it, you will not get the result. If you want to eat the apple pie, of course you have an option to buy it, but make it your own. It's like take the ownership. If you don't drive your car, if you don't have your hands on your wheels, and if you don't pay attention to the roads, the possibility of getting in an accident is higher. Unless you all have a Tesla with the auto drive, right? We don't have it. They still have a problems too. So take the ownership on your own vehicle and drive your own vehicle, because you have everything that you need, so you have to work on it. So take the ownership of your own vehicle and drive without getting in an accident. If you get in an accident, we do have insurance. Come to us. I'm talking about not the car accident, I'm talking about in a practice. If you have a problem, just come to us, because sometimes it's good to come to the teachers, because sometimes we try to find our own ways, but it's good sometimes in a group place that you ask a question, probably not going to find the answer that you want. It's always good to talk to a monk or a teacher that practiced for a long time, that knows what they are doing, because we individually have a different problems and we need a different answers. So it's good to have a group, but if you have a questions, it's always monks are there. Ask your questions. Okay? Thank you very much, and I took extra 3 minutes. So I hope you got something to your life, and take your ownership of your life and think how you want to feel and question and figure out within self with all the teachings that you have. And thank you so much.